All right. Well, hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Peter Wynn, and today I'm here with Keith from BONA Fitness. And so we are doing episode 2 of our wellness highlight video series. And so again, the goal of our video series is always to promote health and awareness for the community here in Katy, Texas. And really, we just want to promote this health and awareness so that you can take care of yourself, your family, your friends, and just have very educational and beneficial information. So without further ado, I want to introduce Keith. All right, Keith, thank you again for volunteering to be a part of our video here today.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
It's a good time to talk about health and wellness with everything going on there.
I know, right? With this whole coronavirus situation going on here, it's been quite the journey the past couple of weeks here. Wouldn't you say?
It has been. It's changing not only how we feel about our health and wellness, but also our business model. Mm-hmm. It's changing everything.
Yes.
That in the long run it'll be good. My grandma always says this too shall pass.
Yes.
But it's makes us all think about our health choices, our financial choices, which. When I talk about being healthy, I usually talk about all that kind of together. Where are you? Mentally, spiritually, financially, relationally. I try to put all that together when we talk to our clients about being healthy.
Yeah.
Because if any of those go south, everything changes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay, so let's recap that real quick here. Mentally,
physically,
spiritually,
financially, and
relationally. Wow. Yeah. 5 important topics to remember, guys. very important. Yeah.
Try to tie all those in together, I think, all the time.
Awesome. Yeah, no, definitely. You got to have a good balance in life there for sure. Yeah. Just kind of, just so you guys will know too. So Keith actually is the owner of BONA Fitness, right over here by I-10 and Katy Fort Bend Road.
Katy Fort Bend Road.
Exactly.
But I always say Fort Bend Katy, and everybody in Katy corrects me.
That's if you live here.
Yeah, that's Katy Fort Bend.
Katy Fort Bend. If you live here long enough, you'll know. Yeah,
exactly right.
Cool.
Well, which is right across from your favorite restaurant, I understand.
Right.
One of your favorite restaurants.
Yep. In and out, of course. Yep. So that's
awesome.
A good landmark there for you guys.
It is a good landmark, which I guess Houston was really excited when it got here.
Yeah. I know there were long lines out there. It was pretty crazy.
So health and wellness wise, we need to avoid that. We can't eat it all the time, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Just checking, see what you're gonna say.
In moderation, of course. Yeah. So yeah, Keith, what would you say? About your business here, about your gym. Health and wellness, of course, is very important nowadays in our generation, in our time now, as it was before. And so, what would you say are the trends now with health and wellness here that you see as an owner of your gym?
It's interesting too, because we've been in the gym business since 2000. So we came to Katy in 2012. 2000. We were actually at Westheimer and the Beltway from 2000 to 2013. We actually had 2 gyms open for a while. Mm-hmm. And we'll say I wasn't a good enough leader to keep them both open. That's how we're going to tell this story anyway. But we ended up shutting one down at Westheimer. And so that's 20 years of what we've seen in the fitness industry. I started lifting weights regularly on a regular basis, at least 3 times a week when I was about 13. Wow. And I played football in college, and then I became a collegiate powerlifting champion. And so I'm 51, about to be 51.
You're 51?
Yeah, I'll be 51 in June. So that's a long time of health and wellness. And so I remember when you're an athlete, a young athlete, you a lot of times have the opportunity to eat whatever you want to eat.
Right.
And so although I was a heavy kid, but still my eating habits weren't dialed in. And so then when I finally got to Texas Tech and I got hurt playing football and I started powerlifting, that I actually, the first time I got a nutrition coach, what am I supposed to eat? What should my macros look like? In other words, macros, protein, carbs, and fats, what should that look like? Okay. Percent-wise. And so back so that's the 80s, like the late 80s,
okay.
90s. Everybody's diet was 60% carbohydrates, 30% protein, 10% fat. That's what everybody did when you were trying to get healthy.
Right.
So when you start looking at the trends over time, it started migrating into carbs are bad, and the wrong carbs at the wrong time potentially can be bad. Mm-hmm. And you just look at what those numbers have changed to look like over the years, from 60-30-10 to 40-40-20.
40-40-20.
Yeah, so
okay.
40 protein, 40% carbohydrates, 20% fat. Now I talk to people now that's all the way upside down. They're doing 50 grams of carbs a day. And so
and even the keto diet, people are jumping on that too. So
exactly.
It's kind of
and kind of almost what we said at the beginning with the 5 aspects of wellness that we mentioned is that balance wins, period, all the time. Our oldest client we deal with all the time is 98 years old.
Oh wow!
And so my grandma's 96 years old. And so for a long time we were BONA Fitness because for the most part people came to our gym to compete, look good. But we're BONA Fitness and Wellness in Katy for a reason because I know a lot of people who look good who actually are not healthy. And so I try to get people to take a clear look at themselves and say, is this something I can do long term for the benefit of my health? That if you are on a high fat, high protein diet with low carbohydrates, that you might end up with cardiovascular disease. There's things that happen out of it because you're not making a wellness choice at the moment. That makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a great point. And it's great that you brought up, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, for instance, too. Like even in my office, with our patients coming in to see us, we see patients when they check out their medical histories, a lot of them will mark they're taking some type of high blood pressure medication or diabetes medication. So, and but just like you said, they're very healthy looking people. Sometimes in their mid 30s, 40s.
Wow.
And it makes me wonder, like, wow, like what is it that we're doing that's that's causing us to take these medications?
Right.
Yeah.
And that becomes a question that if you're 30 and you're already on a high blood pressure medication, statin or whatever it is, beta blocker, that what does that look like at 60? Now you've been on a medication, almost longer than you've been alive. That the majority of your life you've been on a medication, and so there are side effects to those. They are designed to help us and help us live longer, but you still have to think about the ramifications of being medicated that long. And what always concerns me when people come in here is they take that as norm. I'm taking X, Y, and Z. And I never tell people to stop taking their medication. I don't want to say that now. but are you willing to make a lifestyle change to get healthier so you don't need that anymore? And we all need to be concerned about it.
Absolutely.
We definitely do. And even during this corona, my dad is 80, just turned 80 leap year, and he's on several medications from heart disease. And so the question then becomes, are your medications going to be available for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, so we have to shut things down?
That's a good point.
It just adds stress to your life. And if you can figure out a way to make a lifestyle change to be healthy to do that, you should want to do that not for yourself, for your family.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's too many people out there that you have to take care of. That you don't want to be caught with things that could have been prevented before.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You don't have to deal with it now. So yeah. So like, let's say for someone who's new to, I know a lot of people first of the year they want to say, hey, get healthy, do well, financially. So if if I were to be that kind of person who needs to get healthy,
right.
What are things that you could do to help someone like me here?
Right. And obviously I'm in the gym business, and so I always tell people that I'm always going to sell you on getting to the gym. But truthfully, there's 4 things that people need to do to get healthy. One of them is activity. That you have to move. And my grandma and all my old friends that are clients in the gym, I can say old because they're 90 something. You call people that old. They say the best way to move, the best way to keep moving is keep moving. That every day you need to figure out something you're going to do 20 to 30 minutes a day to move.
20 or 30 minutes a day.
That's it. And start there. At least start walking. So activity dictates, movement. And so that's one of the things I always tell people. Next thing I say is hydration. You've had a lot of chemistry classes, and you always plus H2O happened in a lot of those classes.
Right.
And if we don't get properly hydrated, our body doesn't know what to do on a cellular level to be healthy. That our body is going to hydrate, most important, least important. So brain, heart, those things that have to happen. Then macros, we talked about that a little bit earlier. What are you going to do with your food? Like, are you going to make good choices? That I want you to control what carbohydrates to take in. I want you to know what bad carbohydrates are. But more importantly, I want you to understand that you do need them, but you don't need them at 8 o'clock at nighttime. You know what I mean? You don't need to go to bed on them, for sure. You always tell people, if it's late at night, swim, fly, fruit, or vegetable. That's what you eat late at night. In the daytime, cut those things off. And then finally, depends on how technical you want to get, micronutrition. What do we need at a cellular level to stay healthy? So those are my 4 aspects I tell everybody to do. And if you can find a community like BONA that you can show up and have some accountability for, working out gets easier. Because now you're going to show up for your friends or if not for yourself, or a coach in our case. That makes it easier. It's way easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, it sounds like you have a really good system in place there to kind of like, I guess you interview a lot of your new gym members to kind of figure out what's a good plan for them, right?
Right. It depends on why they come in here. If you come in here for a general gym membership, we don't beat you to death. We don't beat you over the head. but if you actually do need a resource, like I'm here and I want coaching. And like I said, I'm 51. I'd probably say the things that's changed most between 30 and 50 is getting a coach. And that just picks up your learning curve and everything you do. That I screwed up a lot of stuff. Golf game, bowling, ski shoot. I named about 10 things that I do like at 70% because I started doing on my own. You got a coach afterwards.
Right.
But like a lot of times you get a coach first and you're on a clear path of this is what it takes to be successful.
Absolutely.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the hardest thing with a lot of people nowadays, just that accountability aspect, knowing where to go, having that direction. But once you have that direction, it's like, hey, getting to that goal is so much easier.
That's right. It does. And in the gym, like, I always tell people feel like they need a personal trainer every day. That's not the case. You might get a personal trainer twice a week. But what happens is I got to go see Keith on Tuesday and Thursday. Well, guess what happens on Friday and Wednesday? My lifestyle a little better. Like going to the dentist. I know I have to go to the dentist. And so, like, I better start flossing. Like I said, I'm not gonna let Dr. Peter have his mouth all checked up. And so,
well, I'm not gonna be on your tail on that all the time. But
your life, you just change. That's why we go get checkups from the doctor and anybody else. That does make life a whole lot easier. Without question.
Absolutely. All right. Well, just to kind of wrap things up here, Keith, again, thank you for having us come by your great facility again here, and being able to take a tour of everything. And if you guys get a chance, please come out and see Keith. Again, you guys are located on 10 and
Fort Bend Katy Road.
Fort Bend Katy Road.
Without question.
Yeah.
And BONA members, if you're watching this, that we're gonna send out some specials here next week, I guess, with the dentistry. And so take advantage of those. Make sure your kids are taking care of their oral health.
Thank you.
Without question, it shows up later on that I'm sure you've seen people whose teeth have fallen out, and that's just not good. These are designed to last for a lifetime, right?
Yeah. You only get your set teeth once, but at the same time, just because you're healthy in one aspect, you want to stay healthy as a whole.
Right.
It's a holistic kind of approach is what we're trying to do here. So
again, I appreciate you including us, and I think more businesses around health and wellness need to team up, and I just think that makes all of our lives easier.
Awesome. All right, great, you guys. So thank you again. Next time, we'll catch you guys soon again. All right, take care.